Good evening. My name is Juan Vasquez. I'm a student of Colorado Christian University, currently studying constitutional law, being taught by Professor Gina Lopes. This evening I'll be talking to you about misconceptions that I've had about the United States Constitution. I'll also be talking about things that I don't understand about our current system. Following that, I'll talk about things that I wish our founders would have included. And lastly, I'll cover my view of the appropriate method to be applied by the courts in interpreting the Constitution. Previously in the session 3, when I did a webcast like this, I intended to surface the fact that I thought that the Constitution was a standalone document, that there was no preceding documents created, and I discussed that actually the Articles of the Confederation were there. The problem with those articles was that they did not provide the United States federal government enough power to be able to hold accountable the individual states when the United States enter into agreements and treaties with international nations. The Constitution was passed and that was fixed. One of the things that misconceptions that I had that I discovered in sessions 4 and 5 of the class is that the 10 Amendments, or the Bill of Rights, I thought they were initially part of the Constitution, and I realized that they were not, and they were actually added later because certain people believe that either the Constitution was not clear enough or there were things that were missing that needed to be added to it. Things that I don't understand about our current system is I don't understand how Congress can pass a law and then be signed by the President, and then Congress can go ahead and notice that they missed something about the law that they passed, and then ask the enforcers of those laws to go ahead and ignore or postpone the enforcement of a law for a later time. And the specific law that I'm talking about is Obamacare. Within that bill, there is a law that states that restaurants that are greater than 20, that their chain is greater than 20 restaurants in their chain, must provide customers with nutritional values of what they're consuming. And I believe that was part of the Obamacare Act, and it should be enforced. Well, Congress is actually having the FDA postpone its enforcement until the new president is elected, and they're seeking to do that, I assume or presume, is because lobbyists don't like that part of the law, and it's actually hurting Congress, and they're hoping a new president is going to go ahead and ignore that part of the law. I think it's amazing that we have a body of legislature that passes a law, does not analyze it, to then try to change something about it. Following that, things that I wish the founders would have included, I previously discussed that I wish they would have included the fact that we were a nation that was founded under the Judeo-Christian belief system. Not that we had to impose that on everybody, but that was our foundation, and it was going to remain as the skeleton or the framework of our nation. Going from there to this current session, I believe that I wish that they would have made, they would have clarified that marriage was, or the recognition of marriage was based on a Judeo-Christian belief. That doesn't mean that other forms of unity or civil unities could not have been created, but different names should have been allowed for that. Change of topic, though. Things that I wish the founders would have included also was I wish they would have protected more the police powers of the individual states. But by them not being specific enough that the intent behind the Constitution was to give power to the federal government in regards to international treaties and in regards to international relations, I think that what happened was that our current interpreters are saying, well, the states have no power, therefore everything falls under the Commerce Clause. everything falls on the necessary powers clause, so we can go ahead and now enact laws that will force the states to abide. So I think that I wish they would have included some clarity in regards to that. Lastly, my view of the appropriate method to be applied by the courts in interpreting the Constitution is to sustain. I still think that the proper way to interpret the Constitution is modern literalism. I believe that the courts, if they did so, things like topics like the gay marriage or the control of commerce within a state should be left to the state. I am not a law major. I am not a lawyer, but with my little knowledge, I've come to understand that the intention was to allow the state to hold police power, to hold criminal power, and to also be able to enact their own laws, and then the federal government gets involved in regards to international relations and so forth. I think that if our Justice Department would focus on the literal meaning, the intent behind it, and just simply modernize it, we would arrive to different conclusions in our decision making that would protect the state and that would actually protect everybody, because I do think that gay marriage, the civil union between two people of the same sex, I don't think that's in violation with equal rights. What I think is in violation is the redefinition of a already stated topic. I hope you enjoyed my post this evening. Have a good night. It'll be next time for the next post, so I can update you on the things that I've learned and I've received light in regards to these questions. Have a good night. God bless you.